Hey, welcome back. It's me again, Cars and Coffee 72. Anyway, I was gonna post a video on how I had ended up replacing the broken window on the Dodge Charger. I kind of already did the work, but what I'm gonna do is walk you through it real quick so you can see how easy it was. Let me get in here real quick. All right. So basically, what I ended up doing, I'm gonna flip the camera around real quick so you can see. So you can see the glasses in. Now, in order to do this, it's pretty simple. So, in order to pull the door panel off, the door panel is held on by clips. Each one of the clips is put in through these little holes right here. It just literally pops in. There's one screw right here on the door panel, and then there's one more screw that is in a little cap that is hidden behind the door handle, which I'll show you on the door panel in a minute. So once you get the door panel off, you're basically just going to kind of get up underneath it as gentle as you can. You're going to pop it out right at these pop points. Once you pop it out, you got to be careful because you got a bunch of little wires like this one. I believe there's there's 3 wires. There's one right here too, which I have tucked up. You got to carefully disconnect those, because if you don't disconnect them, you can end up tearing them. So when you pull the panel off, pull it straight towards you and then lift it up slightly so it clears the door lock, and the weather stripping should come off with the panel. Okay, it's pretty easy. So once you get the door panel off, of course, let's pretend like the window is still broken. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to use a Torx T40. That's the size. You'll take the bolts out and you'll set that to the side. Don't disconnect it, just set it to the side. You'll pop all the wiring off. You're going to take 10mm, take these nuts out, and the Torx T40 will also twist these off. There's one here, you're just going to twist them, they unlock so that you can move this back. Now when I did it, I moved this whole thing back and I used the T40 to take this sensor off. You don't have to do all that. Literally all you got to do is remove the window regulator, which there's a big giant plug right here with one of those little red clips on it. Pop the red clip slightly out, push the button on it, and that'll come out. Take this off and you'll actually see the window regulator gear. The only other thing you got to do is pull the stereo speaker off, which is a T40, pull the screws out, and then unplug the wire from the back of it. But pay attention to the way it goes in, because there's a little notch right here so that when you put it back in, it doesn't pinch. Anyway, the reason why you have to take the speaker out is because when the window is lowered down, you'll see where the window clips in to the regulator arms. On one side, you'll see where it's clipped in. There's a little teeny button on it. And you can use anything that's like pokey, like a very small screwdriver or something. And you got to push in those little clips. The easiest way to push in the one towards the front is to get the window regulator down far enough to where you can see it through the speaker opening. And then the other side would be right here in this opening. Like right here, you can kind of get a slight view, and the little clip is like right there. So you just push that little clip in and it releases the window from the regulator. So you can pull whatever's left of the broken window out, or the busted window or whatever, kind of move it kind of sideways and you can slide it out. To put the new window in, you got to put it at an angle, make sure that it lines up to the feet on here, and make sure it clips back in where the clips are. It's pretty easy. The reason why you would remove this part is because once you remove this, it allows you to move the regulator up and down without being jammed up because of the motor. If you can, if your car, you can turn on your power because half the motor isn't disassembled, then you can just slightly roll the window up and down by plugging the window switch back in and waiting until the regulators are in the position to where you can see this side of it and then the other side right here, and it makes it easier to unclip. So once you clip the new window back in, you just pull it all the way up. It'll be easy to pull up. You'll see this part right here spinning on the actual regulator because the motor won't be there. And what you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up pulling it all the way up into the fully closed position and then you'll take the motor and you'll kind of put it back on there and realign it. And you'll have to wiggle it a little bit till it pops back in place. You know, screw that back in, plug this back in, and voila, you're done. Now, as far as the door panel itself is concerned, to get the door panel off other than prying on it, you're going to have to, here, I'll show you, an actual door panel here. Underneath, right here, there's a piece of plastic, like a piece of plastic trim. Use like a pick or something and pop the plastic trim up, and there's a screw right there. And then right here behind the handle, there'll be another piece of plastic trim that covers this, and a screw right there. Take that screw out. Then the window switch assembly itself, which I have sitting on the dashboard over there, you can literally take like a soft piece of plastic, like a trim tool or whatever you got that'll work, that won't mar up the surface or, like, you know, put gouges in it. Pop this out because it's just held in with some spring clips. Disconnect it and let the wiring drop down behind it. And if you look at the back side of this, you can see the clips I was talking about. When you go to put this back on, take this piece of window trim off, and you can see right here where it's just clipped into the top of the door panel. If you squeeze these, the trim will come off. Put this back on the door, and then when you go to put this back on, you don't have to lever it. You just got to make sure that when you put this back on, that the window lock or that the door lock goes through the hole, and then you can just press the whole thing on by pushing all the way around it until it's pressed solid on there. And it'll press back into here because those clips that you take off will just press back in. And then don't forget to, you know, reattach all the plugs and everything. I mean, it's pretty easy. You can't really screw up which plug goes where, because I mean, they don't plug into the wrong spot. They only plug into what you took it out of. So I mean, that's pretty much it. And then again, if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to leave comments. Feel free to leave questions, and I'll answer as many of them as I can. And if you're still confused or whatever, let me know, and I can post another video of me going through the whole thing, you know, live, so you can see it. Because I mean, I know sometimes it can be confusing, but I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, if you're somewhat mechanically inclined, it's not too hard. And then I'll post another video of how I took the intake manifold and the valve covers off, because I know there's a bunch of people that are probably going to say, well, how did you get the passenger one off? Because the bolt to get the passenger valve cover off in the very back is notoriously difficult, and I found an awesome tool that made it 1,000 times easier. So I'll definitely cover that in a video tomorrow to let you guys know. Plus I'm going to be pulling the engine heads off of this thing, and I'm going to show you the easiest way to get the engine heads off of here without having to worry about, you know, all the headache of trying to get to all the exhaust manifold bolts. So stay tuned for that, and you guys will get to see how that works too. Because the first time I did this on a different car, I learned the hard way, and this time that's not going to happen. So all right, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. The more people I get watching, the more you guys that decide to follow, the more you guys decide to give me some thumbs up. I appreciate it, because I'd like to be able to keep on doing this and keep on showing you guys some awesome videos. And as we do this hopefully this project right here will be back on the road again, and it will be, you know, one of 9,000 that actually survived. So stay tuned, and we'll do some more stuff. And I'm thinking about possibly announcing something that I think you guys might like, and then you can give me your feedback on that and tell me what you think. All right, so thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you later.